Hello, what's up guys? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys have your muskets ready because today we are playing Mustache Total War. This is a 3 vs 3, and this map is very awesome. I forgot the name of it. I think originally this was an Empire map, but it's cool because of the center. You can see that there's some very nice positions up here, and all the armies are going to have to be very aggressive, attack quickly, and try to get a good position on these positions on the terrain to try to, use it against their opponents. Now let's go ahead and look at the alliances here before we look at the army comps. So on one side, we have Prussia teaming up with the Ottoman Empire. They are in the center. And then over at the left flank, we have the Portuguese, which is great to see Portugal because the minor factions, they get no love. And then over on the other side, we have Prussia again. So they are in a bit of a civil war, I suppose. And then we have the British. We have Great Britain, having a brain fart there. And then we have Austria, which is, again, another awesome faction that we just don't get to see enough of. Let's go ahead and look at the army comps extremely fast. Over here, Prussia is bringing about 4 units of Prussian Fusiliers. He's got a good mix of musketeers, like over 6, I think. And then he's got 3 units of foot guard, which is a very elite infantry there. And then he's got 3 units of hussars, very fast, very deadly cav. Here's his general, and that is pretty much it for the Prussian army. We can move on to the Ottomans, who are bringing 5 Sipahi cav. This is a very deadly lancer cav. He's got some jetted infantry. This is a nice line infantry here. And then he's got some jetted light infantry, so that's a skirmishing force. Back here, he has the Jamaat Janissaries. It's always great to see the Ottoman Empire, especially because they have sworded infantry, so it's always interesting to bring a sword to a gunfight, if you know what I mean. And then over here, we have the general of the Ottoman Empire, and that's pretty much it for the Ottomans. Portugal bringing 4 units of the Cazadores. That's a nice light skirmishing unit there. And then he's got 2 rows of line infantry and 4 units of Portuguese cav. And then here is his general. Moving on to the other team, starting with Prussia, who's bringing about 4 units of Prussian Fusiliers. He's got a long line of musketeers supporting the Prussian Fusiliers. He also has 1 unit of Landwehr, which is going to, I imagine, is going to be a meat shield. So rest in peace, guys. You will die for your empire, for the fatherland. And then over here, he's got a good mix of cav, like lancers, and he has the Brandenburg Uhlans, and he also has the Freikorps. I love playing these guys on Mountain Blade Napoleonic Wars. They have very nice uniforms. So moving on to Great Britain, he's got an interesting army. He's got some light dragoons with standard dragoons. He's got about 4 units of rifles, and then he's got about 3 units of fencibles. So he's bringing the light fencibles, or the cheap fencibles, I should say. He's also got some King German Legion foot, and he's got the Highland foot. And over here, we've got standard foot, about 2 units. And then he's got 2 units of foot guard. And then for the rest of his army, we've all pretty much seen light dragoons, standard dragoons. Here's his general staff. And then moving on to the final army, which of course is Austria, bringing 4 units of Grenzers. He's got some Uhlans ready to charge the center position. He's got some German Fusiliers with the sickest uniforms. It's just all white with some golden buttons. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. And then he's got some Hungarian Fusiliers, have some blue pants. And back here, he's got Archduke Charles Legion. He has a unit of the 47th Czech Regiment. And of course, look at the flags. What's going on with these Austrian flags? He's got the 1st Regiment Emperor's Own, which is also a very fresh looking uniform. Here is Karl Schwarzenberg. And yeah, those are the armies. So let's play this bad boy. I think that's record time for doing army comps. I really think it is. So I don't know. Did you guys time me? It's pretty good. 6 armies within, like, what, 2 minutes or something like that. Anyways, this is starting off very aggressively, like I guessed. I'm just a genius, I guess. I don't know. But the Ottoman Empire charging forward, using up their charging in wedge formation, using the Sipahi cav. They're gonna try to use them aggressively, but you got to be careful with these guys. They are very good, but if you leave them in vulnerable places, they will be cut down. They'll be shot down. I mean, that's a given. But you gotta be aggressive, but you also have to pull out. You gotta do cycle charges as often as possible. And then over on the other side, we can see that Austria is taking the nice aggressive approach here with his lancers. He's got 2 cav up here, and he's got 2 cav up here, just buying time for his infantry to quickly get into position. The cav is just gonna be a nice, well, it's just going to slow down the Prussians. We can see that Prussia's actually going to go ahead and engage with his hussars, and we can see that this is one of the most quiet battles. They're using their indoor voices in this situation. I don't know. There's a sound glitch going on, guys. That's Napoleon for you. I promise you, you will hear them screaming for their lives very, very soon. But for now, we'll just enjoy this little... What? That guy just randomly died? All right. Okay. And then here comes a counter flank charge by the Sipahi. There it is. There's the cries and screams of hopeless doom. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was a nice flank there by the Ottoman Empire. We can see at the other part, the Ottomans are taking a nice aggressive approach here. Words are really hard today. I don't know. It's Saturday. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the light infantry moving forward, trying to get a nice early start against the British forces here, and they are going to go ahead and pop some shots here, and it looks like they're taking out some rifles who are trying to quickly get into formation. So they're going to be a little bit slow forming up here, and here comes the nice long red line of British troops. Here comes the redcoats. The British are coming. The British are coming, and they are going to take a couple shots here, but they're going to try to get in range and see if they can fire back on the Ottoman position, or not. They're just going to stand there. There they go. There we go. So finally they're firing back, and the Ottomans are going to fire back as well. So this is a nice start to this battle. Let's see what's going on in other parts of the battle. We can see Prussia actually taking this hill. They actually take the hill. I think they sacrificed some of their cav. You can see their cav is now fleeing for their lives, just trying to slow down. That might have been worth it. It's a sacrifice, but a sacrifice that was needed. So now the Prussians have some Prussian Fusiliers set up on top of this hill, ready to fire down at any Austrians that get close. But on the other side, Austria has claimed the hill. So this is going to make things really, really interesting. But Prussia seems to be all right. You know, they've got their lights set up here. They got the Prussian Fusiliers firing down at the Austrian forces. They might be able to chip away at this defense and then slowly take it over. But all they really need to do is hold that hill on the other side. Let's go ahead and look at this fight over here. We can see Great Britain actually maneuvering around some Highland foot, and they have some King German Legion. They're going to try to set up a line here really fast again and get words, man, words today. They're gonna try to set up here really fast and get a good volley on the enemy. Now the Ottomans are the first to fire in this angle here, this flank. Oh, the Highland foot, they're saving they're blocking the bullets. There we go. They're firing. Okay, this is a mess right here. This is not looking good. But what do we got over here? We got Portugal now pushing forward here. They're actually going to try to harass Great Britain, and the Cav is going to charge into wedge formation. They're just barely going to sneak by those stakes that are being formed up by the rifles, and they're going to go for the light dragoons. I don't know if this was a good target. I think this is a bit of a waste with the Sipahi Cav. I think they're going to get melted. And here comes some standard dragoons to charge in and support their light dragoons in a very critical moment. And that is going to be the last of the Sipahi Cav. I don't really see them getting out of here alive. They are going to break and flee for their lives. But over on this side, you can see that the Ottomans also went for another charge, but the British forces were able to form square here, the King German Legion, and they're going to continue to hold. But check this out, guys. Check this out. Let's actually do some slow motion here because things are getting really intense. So the Ottoman lines, they're firing. They're doing the best they can against the British lines. They've actually done a lot of damage. You can see a lot of fallen brave soldiers here on the ground. They're now going to commit their sorted infantry into the fight. So let's see if they can time this right. Hopefully they can dodge a lot of bullets here, a lot of lead, and we'll see if they can get to the thick of the fight without losing too many soldiers. On the other side, we have Prussia now firing at the edge of this cliff, taking on Austria, who's pretty much doing the same thing, holding the edge of the cliff and trying to soften up the Prussian forces. All right, normal speed. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here comes the Janissaries. This is it, guys. This is all that they've been dreaming of. They're training for this moment right here. The years and years of training. Here they go. They're going to charge into the British forces. They're going to form square right at the last second. Nice. Good charge there. And on this side, I don't think they're charging. No. They're mostly focusing their charge through the forest here, which is actually pretty smart. You know, you can use the trees as a bit of a defense. So now they've got most of their infantry in melee, which is not good for the British. And now a lot of the Sipahi Cav here are charging in as well. This is the Great Ottoman Charge. We are witnessing it right here, right now. Fantastic. Here's some line infantry forming up right behind the sworded infantry. So let's get a bird's eye view, see what's going on here. It looks like they're winning, I believe. Yes, I mean, there's no surprise there that swords are winning in combat. And you can see that they actually won on this flank, but they need to keep pushing or they will be gunned down. So you can see that actually Austria has some Archduke Charles Legion ready to fire down at the Janissaries. Let's see if they can get in there. Oh no, they are not. And you can see swords flying through the air as they charge in and pursue the Archduke Charles Legion. I'm pretty sure the Charles Legion will be able to hold back this charge because the Ottomans are so depleted. Also, we have a general in the mix. You got to be careful. Great Britain could lose their general here. That is a careless mistake right there. Very, very careless. And more and more, actually the British are, they're falling back. That's kind of cool. Like you're just waiting here as a German Fusilier, and you just see the British forces just fleeing for their lives. They're like, ah, they've got swords. What blasphemy is this? But the German Fusiliers, again, they're going to try to soften up these Janissaries, but here they come. They're crazed madmen. And, oh, nice. We're going to get a nice melee fight here. Again, I think the Austrian forces can hold because most of the British forces did all the heavy lifting here, but they're now going to have to take on all the Ottoman line infantry. If we look over on this side of the battle, you can see that there's been a pretty intense gunfight over here. So this battle's been all over the place. Let's go ahead and do some slow motion once again. So Prussia trying to set up their musketeers, taking on Portugal, who they have a very good formation. They've got the Cazadores in the front. They've got the line infantry right behind, which is always a great combo there. And then over here, this is just chaos. Look at this. We got the Freikorps charging in. Oh my god, that is sick. Okay, so we're gonna do normal speed here. Charging into a square formation. Please, Freikorps, get out of there. It's too special. Get out of there. So they are gonna fall back into their Prussian lines. And the Musketeers taking on a charge from the line infantry of Portugal. And then on this side, we have the Musketeers. Look at this. They're having a conversation over here. Let's see. What are they going to do? Are they going to fire? What's going on here? What is this? Are they taking a ceasefire? No, they are not. Come on. All you can do is just like step forward and stab and then walk back. All right, there we go. So they're now engaging in melee. That's good to see. That was a little goofy there. But we have the skirmishers still in the back trying to give support there. They could be getting some friendly fire though. And the Freikorps are still hanging on. They're going to go in charge for the light infantry. Let's see. Come on. Freikorps, let's do it. Yes, he's going to take out a lot of these Cazadores. I sound so American saying that. Cazadores. Quesadilla. Alright, so yeah, they're going to do pretty good against the Cazadores. And I think they're going to be able to break them and then maybe even fall back with most of their numbers still intact. Let's see what's going on. Portugal's still going strong over on this flank. He's still got a lot of healthy numbers. And he's got a lot of Portuguese cav that he's not used yet. But I want to see what's going on here. Great Britain still hanging on. They've got a lot of troops here, but not so much in the center. And it's really down to Austria, who's holding a bunch of different flanks at this point. They're holding off multiple armies. They're still trying to hang on to this hill, which I think they should just give it up. I think they should fall back and concentrate their forces. He's a little bit too spread out, and that's going to cause micro issues. You know, he's gonna have a tough time microing around the battlefield. Micromanagement. The Grenzers, though, they're doing a pretty good job taking out the foot guard, you know, using their range against them. And now Austria, I mean, you could even see Austria being really aggressive here, trying to take out these forces and then moving on to the next force. But really, all Austria has to do is just try to get the enemy to waste their ammo, try to hold back Prussia and the Ottomans for as long as possible, and hope that the Austrian-Prussian ally wins his engagement. And in the UK, they're still not out of this fight. They're still in the fight. They just need to get a little bit cleaner formation here. This is not a good formation. He's got men clumped up. They're going to get some friendly fire, but at least they're doing something. They're putting some kind of pressure on the Ottoman forces, helping the Austrians in their struggle. More forces moving forward here. Fantastic. That looks fantastic. Let's see what's going on here. Portugal looks like it's about to do a pretty big I don't know what I was gonna say there, but Portugal looks like they're gonna do a lot of damage to the Prussians because they are outnumbered and they are outpositioned and they are getting mowed down. And you can see that yes, the Prussians are down to like what, 3 units. It is a bit confusing because Portugal and the Prussian flags look kind of similar. All right, come on, musketeers, fire back. There you go. Put up a good fight. So you can see the balance of power is in favor of the Prussian-Ottoman alliance. All Portugal has to do here is clean up his enemy, which he might. I don't know. This flank is still pretty deadly from Prussia. But Portugal is pretty much victorious at this point, and he's got some Portuguese cav charging in to clean up the mess. Let's see if they can finish this battle once and for all against these Prussian forces. Here they go. They're going for the lights, the Prussian Fusiliers. Oh man, I do enjoy the Portuguese uniforms here, the Portuguese cav. It looks very fresh. The line infantry forming a very small square formation. This is their only saving grace. Swing the sabers of justice. But Portugal needs to probably send up more reserves. They need to send up more support. They might be trying to use this unit as a bit of a diversion force, so Portugal can set up their line infantry and set them up and try to fire back at the Prussian forces. But we got some loud screaming over here, which is always good to hear. Let's see what's going on here. Still a massive gunfight. We do have a cav charge. Nice cav charge from Austria going into the front lines of the musketeers, putting a big hole in the Prussian lines here. So Austria putting up a grand fight over here, but do they have enough? That is the question. Do they have enough forces? I mean, they're so stretched out. They're taking on a lot of enemy forces at once. German Fusiliers, it looks like they're going to go into melee here. Yes, bayonet charge into the musketeer lines here. This is great. They definitely need more support, so we do have some German Fusiliers joining the fight. So Hungarians and Germans fighting together side by side against fellow Germans. A lot of Germans in this battle. Now we got a nice line battle setting up here. Let's see who can form up first. This is the 1st Regiment of Emperor's Own. And I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I am rooting for Austria because they are taking on such horrible odds. And there goes a charge. The Musketeers of Prussia only getting off 1 shot. And this unit of or Emperor's Own, they should be able to take out this regiment pretty easily. And here comes some Grenzers as well. So let's get a bird's eye view of this situation. Let's see what's going on. UK really trying to flank around. Check this out. This is wonderful. UK flanking around with their foot, their fencibles, and their rifles, getting around the Ottomans. And now Prussia's charging in. We got a great epic bayonet battle here. They need to send in more though. Oh, they're taking on the foot guard. This is going to be very challenging for the Emperor's Own. And they're stepping back, guys. They are stepping back. I don't think they have enough to take on all this infantry from Prussia. It's just too much. And now we've got a pretty important battle going on here. But look at the Austrian forces. They are depleted. They are tired. They are in shock. They're concerned. Casualties sustained. Not looking great for them. Not looking great. In Prussia, they've got a lot of forces. Like, Prussia's got a huge army. Like, they've barely lost anyone there. So they did not take a lot of casualties. So they've got all the time in the world to just, you know, slowly chip away at this Austrian force that claimed the hill right away. But let's see what's going on here. Let's see. They did defeat the Ottoman Empire. They've got about 2 units left, which is really just 1 because 1 unit's the general, which is not going to do much there. But Prussia, I don't know, maybe because they're so focused on the other fight, they left their foot guard in this clumped up formation. So they need to quickly take advantage of that. Keep getting shots off because they will not defeat this foot guard in melee. And I think he is going to try to fall back here. I'm not really sure. Come on, Great Britain, just send up the Highland foot. Send up the Highland foot. Get them in the fight. They're not going in the fight. Oh, we got a general down. General has fallen. I don't know. The ghostly fool. I don't know who that is. Somebody. But Austria, look at this, forming a line over here, firing at the backs of the foot guard. That is one way to take care of them. And they actually defeat them, but unfortunately, the Czech regiment is breaking off the battlefield. And Great Britain, they are... Great Britain, what are you doing? What are you doing, Great Britain? Yeah, he's getting some friendly fire. Really, what he's doing is firing into the dirt. He's just firing into this hill, and his troops are clumped up, so they're getting some friendly fire there. But this is what's left of Prussia. And then, of course, we have Portugal on the other side. But Portugal, you know, even though they're victorious, they took a lot of casualties there. So it's not, well, I mean, they still have a pretty strong army, but it's gonna be pretty tough for them. I mean, this is not anyone's, or this is anyone's game. This is not anyone's game is what I'm trying to say. So Austria can still save the day with the support of his British allies here. So let's fast forward a bit. They are in a bit of a pickle here. Austria is going to be surrounded by some Prussian Ottoman forces and Portugal. What they need to do, Austria needs to move with Great Britain and attack Portugal, take their position out, and then use the position against Prussia and the Ottomans. So they've got to make a decision now, and they have to fight their army as one. Don't divide it up. Don't try to fight on multiple fronts. Do what Napoleon would do. Just be aggressive and take out an army and then move on to the next army. So it looks like they're going to go with the defensive strategy and just try to defend multiple flanks, which is not going to work out. Whenever you're outnumbered, do not go... I mean, sometimes you got to be defensive when you're outnumbered, but when you're outnumbered, you got to try to be aggressive and take out armies that are divided. Take out forces that are not concentrated, because you can easily gang up and defeat them quickly and then move on before, you know, reinforcements show up. But the good use of the Ottoman general here, taking out some Grenzers, and I really don't see a lot of hope for these guys. It's too late now. They're just going to get picked apart. You can see they're trying to defend multiple flanks. There's no way. They don't have enough troops. They don't have enough anything. They don't have enough willpower. I don't know. They're not going to be able to hold on against this massive force of Prussia that are just destroying their dreams. The UK just doing whatever they can with the King German Legion, killing their own people. And here comes the Ottoman general just going ham over here. He doesn't care about his own life. He's just going in. And now the Austrian general charging in. Good old Karl Schwarzenberg. And I think they are going to fall back. The Ottomans are falling back. Or maybe they're just chasing down the Grenzers here. Prussia, a lot of smoke going on back here. Prussia trying to soften up the defenses, but it looks like most of their shots are going into the dirt and the trees. Not really getting a lot of kills here. They might as well just charge forward, use the cover of the trees, and go into melee and just take out these very small forces of Austria. Ah, loud. Alright, so, here comes Prussia. I think we're going to get some bloody bayonets here. Yes, nice German Fusilier charge here. Wouldn't it be crazy if Austria just turned this one around? That would be awesome. Let's see if they can... Oh, and here comes the general. Charging the backs of his own men. Look at him. He's like... looked at the camera a little bit. It's like, I feel like someone's watching us. What is going on? Oh, you're dead. The general doing everything he can to save the day, trying to quickly take out this musketeer unit, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. The UK, they are surrounded. They're now taking on what's left of Prussia, the musketeers here. They're actually going to charge in. What are they doing? They're going to turn the side. They're going to show the sides to the Prussians there. I don't know what they're doing. Here comes the foot guard. Oh, there's nothing they can do against the foot guard. They don't have anything. They're going to charge in the rifles. Maybe he's sacrificing his rifles here. Not really sure what he's doing. Maybe he's buying time for Austria to form up a proper line formation to fight these foot guard. But Austria is not taking a proper line formation. They're actually falling back. And I think they're going to try to concentrate their forces. But this battle is all over the place. see. Come on. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Come on, Prussia. Just charge in. He is taking out some Grenzers in melee. Some bayonets. And this is what's left. This is what's left of Austria. Trying to take out a musketeer unit that's in square formation. Holding on, waiting for reinforcements. There goes the Austrian general. And that probably is there goes the hope for Austria as well. And Prussia's going to be charging into position. They're going to form up. They're going to be able to fire at the backs. They just could not break this unit quick enough. They are breaking now, but it's too late. It's too late. They got Prussian forces. You can see them in the background, ready to fire down on the Austrian forces. And there we go, guys. Oh, that is violent. That is brutal. You got to feel bad for these Austrians. You got to feel bad. Austria going to quickly turn around, charge into melee. It's not going to be enough, though. Look at that morale. They're going to break here right at this volley. I can feel it. Yep, there's one. Oh, well, the German Fusiliers, they're going to actually get into melee here. But they should break quickly after. Or shortly after. Quickly after. What? What? All right, and there we go. They're done. It's game over. That is the battle, guys. That is a victory for the Prussian-Ottoman-Portuguese alliance. And I don't really see anybody else. So why is this battle? Okay, there we go. So I think this was sent in by Julian. So thank you so much for the battle replay. Getting 1,287 kills. His allies all doing about the same. Fantastic job there. And also, good game to the other players here. Frisch Juice getting 1,678, which is pretty good. That's actually the most kills in the game. So Austria did pretty good there, but it seems like Prussia was really struggling with Portugal, and the UK really struggled there against the Ottoman Empire. That epic sword charge at the somewhat beginning of the battle was pretty cool. So looking at the stats here, 139 for the Prussian Fusiliers. So he did a good job with his lights there. And then we have the Musketeers. Foot Guard, actually pretty low on the leaderboard, only getting 106 kills. So that's going to wrap up today's battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun with a lot of great moments. So if you did like it, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and share. And of course, if you haven't yet and you want to see more epic battles, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.